Well, it's hard to believe we're already here. We're at the end of another season of Fox Sports Outdoors. The 2019 season of 39 episodes comes to a conclusion this week, and it's something special because we're going to look back over an entire year of traveling and fishing some of the best water that the Southwest and Southeast regions have to offer. Glad you're with us for an exciting half hour. Fox Sports Outdoors is on the air one more time right now.
You're watching the only program with weekly fishing reports and real-time outdoor news from the Southeast region. This is Fox Sports Outdoors.
Well, you look up and another season comes to a close. 39 episodes of some of the best fishing action across our entire region winds up on Thanksgiving weekend this weekend. It's really hard to believe that I have made it through 17 seasons of this particular show, Fox Sports Outdoors, and I've been doing outdoor television now for 35 years. I must be the most privileged and blessed man in the entire world to get to do what I do and bring it to you each and every week. And it comes to a conclusion for the 2019 season in the next half hour. We stop and take a look back at some of the highlights, some of the best fishing action, some of the best fish, some of the most beautiful scenery that we've encountered in our travels all year long. And while we're doing that, we're going to stop and take one more quick visit with each of our insider reporters who will bring you their last fishing report for the season and a little message about the upcoming off season. Yes, we're going to take about a 3-month break on the television side of things, but we're going to be staying with you on the social media side of things on Facebook and Twitter. And toward the end of this episode, we're going to have a big announcement coming up for our off season and for next season, which begins in March of 2020. Lots of excitement coming. Right now, though, let's get this party started back at the FSN studio with your weekend planner.
Thanks for joining us. Unfortunately, these salooner tables are showing poor fishing conditions both days of the weekend. The best daytime fishing starts at 3:19 on Saturday and 4:05 on Sunday afternoon. Nighttime activity begins at 2:52 on Saturday and 3:44 on Sunday night. Expect the sun to rise at 7:12 and set at 5:23, and evenings will feature a moon that is 17% visible. Stick around, we've got fishing reports from across the area on the way. Plus, 2012 Bass Master Angler of the Year Brent Chapman helps us out on this week's Ask the Pro feature. Back in a bit.
Fox Sports Outdoors is brought to you by Motor Guide's wireless and easy-to-use XI3. Waypoint Marine, the Gulf Coast's leading saltwater boating specialist. Strike King, Taiwan On. Nitro Performance Fishing Boats, because champions aren't born, they're made.
That's a good striper anyway. How's that for a first one? Look at that one, folks. That's just two identical fish. Welcome back to the final episode of our 2019 season here on the show as we look back at some of the best fishing, the best scenery, and the best action from 39 episodes of the year. And we begin over in the eastern part of our region, in the Southeast. Our show is split into two regions. Some of you in the West don't see some of the eastern action and vice versa, but here are a couple of the highlights from that. We begin over at Watts Bar Lake and Watts Bar Dam in Tennessee. Some beautiful scenery in the area over in the mountains and some even better striped bass action below the Watts Bar Dam. Come in that net. It's almost too big for my net. Oh, there we go. That's a good striper anyway. How's that for a first one? My very first Watts Bar special. Another good one. Man, they are big around here. I'll tell you, these fish grow huge. There's a bonus. Yes, there's a big old walleye. What a good eating fish right there. From there, it's over to Georgia, to a beautiful lake about an hour and a half southeast of Atlanta, Georgia, at Lake Oconee. We discovered some of the best hybrid striper action in the entire Southeast, long lining, live baits, way back behind the boat. Sometimes we had our baits out as far as 100 feet back behind the boat. It's deep, clear water, and we were fishing with guide Doug Nelms and his crew. Well, there's a good Oconee hybrid for you. Just a good solid slab. From there, it was on to Center Hill, Tennessee, where we caught 3 different bass species. Yes, some good quality. That's a Tennessee spot. Man, they grow big here too. There are some giants that get caught here. Just a fantastic fish.
We've got some cool weather along the coast these days, and the holidays are coming up too, but there's still plenty of good fishing along the coast for anglers who want to get out in the water with their friends and families. I'll have all the details, but first this from our good friends at Foreshore Transportation. Foreshore Transportation, the simple solution to all your freight hauling needs. Foreshore can ship freight across the country or across the state. Whatever the load, wherever the destination, Foreshore gets it done fast, safe, and hassle-free. Out of Pascagoula, my friend Matt Holtz has been catching lots of redfish in that 6 to 8 pound class. He's catching these fish on spinner baits, soft plastic jerk baits, and wake baits up in the grassy areas. Over in Georgia, there's also catching plenty of redfish with some sea trout and flounder mixed in. But the good news there is for sheepshead. They're catching lots of 2 to 4 pound sheepshead using fiddler crabs on either jigs or Carolina rigs. These sheepshead are going 2 to 4 pounds. They're great eating. They're really tough fish. And Alabama, that's spotted sea trout. The trout are moving up into the bays and rivers, and it can be slow fishing with live bait and kind of deep water, but some of these trout are big. They're catching some fish that are 2 to 6 pounds. And finally, this is the last show of the season. It's been a great year. I hope we've really helped you catch fish through the season with these reports, and we'll look forward to seeing you next year. Until then, please get out in the water and take a youngster with you when you go.
Next up, we take you to the western half of our region, and we begin over in the state of Arkansas. Our first venture ever to beautiful Lake Dardanelle and some excellent bass fishing there, highlighted by one big largemouth. Big fish. Been waiting all day to catch this fish right here. Look at that one, folks. That's what you can come and catch at beautiful Lake Dardanelle. From there, it was down to Toledo Bend on the Louisiana-Texas border for some fantastic deep water crappie fishing action on brush piles with guide Dustin Meyer. Ooh, good crappie. Good crappie right there. Is this the way y'all grow them at Toledo Bend?
That's a Toledo Bend special.
Man, look at the size of that bad boy. Big fat one right there. That's a good fat one. Look at the size of that dude right there, Dustin.
That's a pretty fish.
Yep. Next, we traveled down south to Lake Conroe near Houston, Texas for some excellent hybrid striper fishing action with lake guide Chris Richardson and his brother Mike. There's one, Chris.
Oh, I'm on.
Doubles? All right, we made it out. Let me slip the net under that one for you. There's one.
Right.
And here, let's see if I can get under mine here. There. These are the same year class fish and they run together. Right in that net. We are killing them. So there we go. What a trout. Folks, I tell you, this has just been an incredible day. Hey everybody, glad you're with us as we wrap up season number 17 of Fox Sports Outdoors, taking a look back at 39 episodes of our show and some of the best fishing action. And we have a big announcement after our off season. We'll be off for a couple of months and back in March of 2020 with something brand new. We'll tell you more about that in just a moment. We had one of the best saltwater fishing years we've ever had on the show this year with the help of Jared Poole and his crew at Waypoint Marine down in Corpus Christi, Texas. They rigged us out with a state-of-the-art Blazer Bay 2420 GTS, and we took it to some really cool places. Beginning at Cat Island, 9 miles off the coast of Mississippi, where Sonny Schindler and his crew did a great job of putting us on some of the best topwater speckled trout fishing I've ever experienced. There's one hit my topwater. Up on top, look at that. There we go, that's a big old fat dude right there. Oh, that one ran up here and nailed it. There's a pig right there, a little fatty for you. Spawning female. From there, we jumped over to Gulf Shores, Alabama, where we caught big black drum, big bull redfish, and the biggest triple tail I've ever caught. Big old black drum, good Lord, dude. Pull my bobber down. Okay, he's pulling it down, and I've got him. He's in my net, I got him. I got him. There is what can happen if you come to Gulf Shores in Orange Beach, you catch the biggest triple tail of your life. And this is one giant fish right here. Next up, we venture to Pensacola, Florida, where Keith Kraft of Blazer Bay Boats jumped in the boat with us for a 15-mile jaunt offshore for some red snapper action. Whoa, that's a hard pull. That's a harder pull. All right, that's what we came to do. 2 nice snappers. Way to go, buddy. What do you got, buddy?
I think it's a snapper. Feels like a good one.
That might be the biggest one yet. Way to go, bud. Then it was over to Pascagoula, Mississippi, where we got into one of the best schools of giant bull redfish I have ever seen with local angler Matt Holtz. Wow! This is what I came to Mississippi to do. There's one of them. You got it? Look at this dude. Oh my gosh, look at the size of that dude. And then it was back down to South Texas, my first trip to Surfside Beach. We fished the old intercoastal waterway for speckled trout and redfish and got into some excellent action there. Oh, good trout. Look at that trout. There you go. We've made it down on the Texas Gulf Coast, and that's a good way to get it started right there. Oh, that's a nice red. Look at this. There's a nice one for you right there. That's a good marsh redfish. Look at that. Look at the color. See you, buddy.
Hey folks, it's time for your Carolinas Report. This week brought to you by Crazy Sister Marina. Book your trips for 2020 right now. Offshore, nearshore, inshore, it doesn't matter. But April and May, you want to book your dolphin trip with us. We can get you on fish. You'll have a great time. I promise you, you won't regret it. It's been a pleasure of 2019 for me to get out and share all the reports from freshwater to saltwater throughout the Carolinas. I want to tell you right now, if you're along the coast, get out and target the speckled trout. The bite is incredible. Trout tricks, voodoo shrimp, live shrimp, mud minnows under a cork. Great baits right now to get out and find those fish. Along the jetties or back in the back on those oyster beds with some good rips, good currents, you're gonna find big numbers of speckled trout right now. And don't forget on the freshwater, largemouth bass, they're gonna be stocking on that weight for the wintertime. Look for some shad spawn and you'll find the bass right now, whether you're on the lake or in the river. That's gonna be the best thing that happens for you. It's been my pleasure, and also on behalf of my family, I want to wish you all the warmest of holidays, the best new year coming up, and the most prosperous 2020. We love you guys, and we'll be back next year. This has been your Carolinas Report, brought to you by Crazy Sister Marina. Remember, fish smarter, not harder, and keep your chaos organized.
Buck Sports Outdoors is brought to you by Mercury, Go Boldly. Lowrance, America's #1 fish finder. Balls Out, made in the USA. Heavy duty mounts for your fish finders.
Got him! Holy cow!
Man, folks, looky there. Double hookups. As we look back over another excellent season of our show in 2019, I'd like to thank our great co-anchors who do a fantastic job of hosting episodes of our show in their specific field of expertise. So we want to take a look at some of their highlights as we look back at the season, beginning with my good friends Mike and Terry Littlejohn over at Lake Tawakoni in Texas, home of some of the biggest giant trophy blue catfish that swim anywhere in America.
Folks, we just landed. Oh my gosh.
A Tawakoni monster.
A monster.
Oh, good.
There it is.
Oh my God. She's 61.
Look at this fish. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me?
Next up, my good buddy Crispin Powley hosts episodes over in the Tennessee, Alabama, and Mississippi part of the country, and he caught some really nice bass over at Lake Chickamauga in Tennessee, and then from there he went to Bay Springs, Mississippi for some big spotted bass as well.
Come here, come here. Come here, come here, come here. They always go to the wrong side of the boat. That's a 6-pounder every day, all day. Whew, thank you, Lord. Look, big old spot. That right there, that's a big old spotted bass.
Andrew Upshaw hosts some of our episodes. He fishes the FLW Tour and he won 2 events this year. Congrats to him. He discovered some great bass fishing action at tiny little Lake Uchi in northeastern Oklahoma on one excellent bass fishing day.
And that's to give you a little more leverage. Holy cow, look at that giant right there, man. Oh my gosh. Oh, there's one. Oh, no, got him. The Nico rig strikes a big one right there now.
And finally, down in South Texas, Greg Verm with his son Greg Jr. does a great job of hosting saltwater episodes. They ventured 35 miles offshore off Galveston, Texas in the Blazer Bay for a great day of kingfishing with father and son.
Right here, I tell you what, these are some fun fish to catch. All right, we got another one on. Man, folks, looky there. Double hookups, boom. Father and son stuff right here, boy. Woo! Heck yeah.
And speaking of our co-anchors, we have a great staff of insider reporters who bring you the weekly fishing reports each and every week from your local region. Inglis Glover covers the Carolinas and parts of Georgia and does a great job at it. Bob McNally covers all the saltwater action from Georgia, Alabama, and Mississippi. And Crispin Pally covers the freshwater fishing action in Alabama, Mississippi, and Tennessee. Thanks, guys, for a great job in 2019.
Hey guys, welcome to the final report for Tennessee, Mississippi, and Alabama for this season. I appreciate you being with us this year. I can't thank you enough for giving us the opportunity to share with you, and hopefully the advice and tactics and techniques we've given you have been able to enhance your fishing experience. Before we go any farther, let me tell you who makes this report possible, and that's Can Cooker. Head over to cancooker.com, check out their lineup of incredible products. Not only are they going to make your life better, you're going to love them for the holidays, because whether you're preparing food or whether you're giving gifts, there's not much better out there to give or use than a can cooker. Check them out at cancooker.com. Between now and the next time I see you in the early spring or late winter, I'm going to concentrate mainly on 3 bodies of water in this 3-state region, and they're all very typical, very similar to one another. And here's the thing, they're deep, they're clear, and they have a lot of spotted bass in them. In Mississippi, that's going to mean Bay Springs. I'm going to go down there, I'm going to throw a swim bait, a jerk bait, an A-rig, and I'm going to really concentrate on points. In Alabama, that's going to be Smith Lake, and I'm going to go there, I'm going to fish the middle portion of the lake to the lower end of the lake, and I'm going to really concentrate on points, secondary points, and those big spots on Smith. Love those boat docks. In Tennessee, I'm going to 2 places. It's going to be Center Hill and Dale Hollow. That's where I'll spend my time fishing this winter. And I'm going to fish for big spots and smallmouth, catch the occasional big largemouth. Thank you again. We love to be able to share with you. Guys, I just hope you have a wonderful holiday season. I can't wait to see you in the spring. God bless you.
You can always watch our latest episode on the front page of our website at foxsportsoutdoors.com. Catch up on past episodes and learn about fishing techniques and new gear at our how-to page. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter for new fishing videos every day. Simply search for Fox Sports Outdoors and click the like button on Facebook and the follow button on Twitter, and watch a new episode every week on any device by downloading the free Waypoint TV app on your phone, tablet, computer, or smart TV. Fox Sports Outdoors is brought to you by Gulf Shores and Orange Beach. Request our free 2019 fishing guide at orangebeach.com. Lose, feel the difference. Gene LaRue and Bobby Garland, the best in bass and crappie lures, heads to tails. Glacier Glove, stay outdoors longer with our gloves, hats, and shades.
Welcome back, everyone. Let's get right to your Ask the Pro question for this week. Cameron wants to know, if you could give one piece of advice to every dad in America, what would it be? For the answer, we asked MLF angler Brent Chapman.
Feed your kids' passion. You hope it's fishing or hunting or anything to do with the outdoors, but what it is, feed their passion. And believe it or not, you feed that passion, and I mean, it could be like mine. I mean, I wanted to be a professional bass fisherman at 12 or 13 years old. I had very supportive parents, an awesome dad, and lo and behold, 20-some years later, here we are.
Thank you, Brent. If you want some help from one of the pros, simply go to foxsportsoutdoors.com and follow the Ask the Pro link to submit a question. Now it's time to find out who wins this week's Big Catch of the Week.
And with that, it is time for our final winner in the Big Catch of the Week contest for the 2019 season. Here's the winner for this week. He's Shane Flanagan of Charleston, South Carolina, showing a 47-inch redfish he caught out of Charleston Harbor in South Carolina. Now, we're still open for entries in the Big Catch of the Week contest during our entire off season. Go to our Facebook page at facebook.com/Fox Sports Outdoors. Find the post from last week that says Big Catch of the Week. It's normally on a Tuesday, and you can comment there by posting your picture, and be sure and give us all the details about the catch. And you could be one of our winners next season beginning in March. Coming up in just a minute, it's our long-awaited blooper and highlight package for this year when everything didn't go as planned. But first, the big announcement. We will be changing the name of our show during the off season. So be watching for that big announcement. You need to be on our Facebook page. Be sure to like the page, and then you'll see the announcement of the new show, the new air times, and the new name of our show. We'll be announcing that very soon. We won't lose contact with you during the off season. Join us on Facebook, join us on Twitter, watch for our website. For right now, it's still foxsportsoutdoors.com, but when we change it, you'll be pointed to the new website, and you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll be posting videos and going live during the entire off season on all of those platforms, so be sure to follow us. Right now, it's time for the long-awaited highlight package of bloopers and outtakes from 2019. 16 inches long is all they got to be kept. That one will definitely go back in the water. I didn't mean to do that. All right, well, we have definitely got something working here. Wow, he cut my line and there went my bait. I hope something doesn't blast it before I can get it.
Let's get started, but first, back to your...
These Salooner tables are showing fair game fish activity this weekend. The best times to be on the water in the morning. I cannot read this. My eyes are terrible.
We don't discriminate. Snapper slappers will catch anything, guys. Tell you what a fish right there.
But I have had a ton of success tying this knot, and I'm gonna pull that one down tight. Okay, let's not do that. That didn't work.
Well, that just about does it. That wraps it up for another year here on the show. I'd like to thank a couple of more people. First of all, Julie Dobbs does a great job co-anchoring with me each and every week here on the show to bring you all the data that makes you successful as an angler out on the lakes, rivers, and bays each weekend. And my buddy Garrett Matthews does an excellent job taking all the footage that we shoot out in the field and producing it into the final product that you see each and every week. It's Thanksgiving weekend. We all hope you've had a good weekend with your family, being thankful for the blessings and the good things in life. And from our entire team, to you and yours, we want to wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year in 2020. We will see you right back here in March. Watch for the big announcement of the new name and the new show air date. Until next year, I'm Barry Stokes. Be safe, have fun. Bye-bye, y'all.